Hi, friends, it's Salt. If you're new here, this channel is all about salt. Salt is the alchemical element of transformation. Salt cleanses, it heals, and it transmutes energy just like you do. This channel finds the rare archetypes who move through life differently. So, if you found this, I'm really honored to have you and really just be one of the few who gets to see and reflect you properly. This might be super specific, but I'm picking up on a crowd of people who may have recently tried manufacturing excitement in some way. It's like they were tired of the monotony and the numbness, and they did something or they're going to do something really out of the ordinary to feel something again. What's not clear is the end result of this action. So, this might be leaning more towards something that you're actually planning to do in the future, but it could also be that you typically do that. Like, this is a pattern. The first message I'm being shown seems really misplaced. And I do often get odd visuals like this, but do you guys know when furniture is in the same spot for a really long time and it's like sitting on carpet and it makes those little floor marks like when you move it around? I think what this is showing me is an energy of a collective that craves the stability of making their own quote unquote mark on the floor. Like, they deeply have always needed to make that sort of imprint in their life. So these could be people who have never had it also, but really want that stability and consistency really badly. Or this could be people who always imprint in some way on their environments. That could be really significant to like sitting in environments consistently for a while. Where I'm seeing this kind of show up is similar routines every day. Like if you're the type of person that does the same thing every single day, or if you're living in the same area for a really long time. Where I also think this could be shown is being devoted to partners, like fiercely devoted, or like fiercely devoted to a job. I think that is the internal mechanism in you that craves that stability. So, where I'm picking up a conflicting energy feels similar to my last reading. So, really check that out if you haven't. This feels like a part two to that, honestly. That the reading of like, what am I doing right now? I feel like I need to move. That feeling is here too. But there is a nuance here. There's a conflict that's being highlighted to me now. So it seems like, on one hand, this collective or you embody a stability that leaves a real lasting impression, like that furniture. Like, you embody that consistency, that safety. You embody just a lasting impression. But you also, this is the conflict, you also deeply require emotional resonance to move forward or to take action in life. So this is creating a very stuck energy for this collective, at least during this time that's being highlighted to me right now. What I'm being shown is the problem isn't that you don't care and that you need to manufacture some sort of caring, some sort of aliveness, some sort of like moving. The problem is very clearly being shown is you're still waiting for something to make you care in that old way where you found emotional resonance through chaos. This feels like people who don't know what to do with this in between space between the feelings of I need passion, I need chaos to move, but I also deeply require safety. I also deeply require this consistency, this furniture imprint energy. But it seems you've evolved, and your system now in the present day, this like current energy, is that you're not going to be rewarded for going backwards anymore. So no matter how nostalgic that chaos feels, it's not going to bring the return it did in the past, because there's a different way to move forward now that you've changed your timeline. So There's also an energy that this energy won't let you feel completely unsafe or jump into emotional situations that move you forward anymore. What this feels like is people who have often done spontaneous things after reaching a point of being tired of their stuckness. This could show up as like enduring a lot of suffering in your life until you reach like this breaking point where you act very irrationally. So that can maybe resonate for you, is that you stick it out a really long time, way longer than others might. You have that resilience in you, that like power, but it's almost like that's been the way that you've moved forward in your life, is you allow yourself to reach that end all be all point. Usually what I'm seeing is those situations work out for you really well. Like when you reach that breaking point and change, it seems you are divinely protected and guided. But this method is not going to work now, and you're in this in between space. So, wow, all of that came through without channeling a single card. But this last card, and I think the only card that I need right now to confirm everything I just said, is the Devil reversed. This is presenting itself to me as a release from an emotional addiction for this collective. That's very, very important. The addiction of chaos, of other people's problems, or just other people, the desire to feel something really big right now is not a cry for chaos. It's your intuition trying to upgrade its language. So until that new emotional language fully loads, you're in this basically this weird in between space. You're not numb, you're just not compatible with your old software, is the only way I could describe it. It feels like you're going to be split here for a while you're upgrading. I think your body needs to catch up to this. So the message here seems to be this: the problem isn't that you don't care or that you're numb. The problem is that you're still waiting for something to make you feel care in that old way that you've grown in the past. That emotional resonance you used to get from chaos or disruption or high stakes environments, but you've evolved now. And so your system will not reward you for that anymore. No matter how nostalgic it feels, you'll be drawn, but it will feel much more numb, is the result I'm seeing. So you're in this timeline, this in between space before your timeline shifts, where you're just trying to figure out how to get unnumb, but maintain that critical safety that you need. Spirit is clearly telling me right now to just be okay with being numb and don't seek that nostalgia from the past. But if you do, you're being divinely guided and protected no matter what. So you're just going to slowly stop feeling the rewards of that, and you'll naturally just move away as you continue. So either option you'll be divinely guided and protected no matter what. So you've outgrown that space now, and you can now and will in the future find aliveness through safer means. That doesn't have to be through the chaos of another person or a situation like you have in the past. You've outgrown those old signals. Right now, it's going to be uncomfortable as you still have desires or itches to like go back to that chaos. But the message here is to be patient, because it won't stay like that forever. This last part is, I think some of you already intuitively know to do this, but keep leaving comments. The comments themselves do not have to be anything specific or personal to you. Think of these as energetic nudges for me to align with your energy. It helps me channel for you more efficiently, and I want to be able to do that. I read each and every one always, and I am so thankful for all of you. So, cheers, friends.